Hello everyone and welcome back to Battle Box Bat Rep. We are playing Fallout factions and this is the last of the Nuka World factions. So yes, lots of raiders, lots of me using the words handmade rifle and scaver. And I cannot wait. This matchup was not the most brutal fight when we did this last time. So hopefully it should actually be alright. Yeah, since then the pack has had some upgrades, but first up we have our new guys, the Disciples. The Disciples have a Tormentor with a precision handmade rifle. The two Butchers, one has a Marksman handmade rifle, and one has a Syringer, which is awesome. We have the two Scaffers with Rangers hunting rifle, not handmade rifles, hunting rifles. They have uh they have blades just in case they're needed to be in melee, but mostly they're about this entire team is about the piercing, bringing down the opponent's endurance. We have the two Scavers with regular hunting rifles at the back. They don't have the blades, but they are slightly longer range. We have the Scaver with the handmade rifle here, which is more about the suppression. And we have the two Wasters with pipe revolvers and hand weapons, which I will claim are going to be useless, but in the last game they did most of the good work. So take that from that what you will. Over on the pack side, we have got the Alpha with a 10mm pistol and a Deathclaw Gauntlet, who, if he is ever allowed to get into combat, will be brutal. We have the Top Dog with a Flamer, the Top Dog with the Sledgehammer, and the Predator Grenades, which are a pack-specific thing. Very, very weird weapon. Yeah, a very, very large, high area. They've got maim, so they're pretty good at like bringing down a lot of people. But they're very, very short range. We have got the two Psychos with light handmade rifles, who, much like the Rangers, the Rangers hunting rifles, have bayonets, so they're riflemen who are all right in melee. We have got the, I've got to get this one right, the Psycho with a 10mm pistol and handgun, the Psycho with the pipe revolver and hand weapon, pipe revolver and hand weapon. We have the Psycho with a sledgehammer, who is, I believe, the only model I have in this entire thing who actually has to worry about the fact it's unwieldy. Everything else that has a sledgehammer, like the sledgehammers have a rule called unwieldy, which means they don't get bonus dice if you are under strength 5. And I think he's the only thing I've got which is a strength 4 that wields one, so I feel kind of bad for him. We have the team's Soul Scaver with an automatic handmade rifle, and we have a Waster with a pipe revolver just for an extra body, if we're being entirely honest. It is the brightest coloured team I own versus the darkest in a battle to the death. And here is the setup. We've got a lovely T-junction with some barricades, and we are doing the treasure hunt scenario. The entire gimmick is we have 5 objectives equally placed around the map between the two starting areas. If you start a get moving order in base contact, within 1 inch of them, then you can take them with you. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most both of the tokens in their starting area is the winner. So yeah, it's a grab and run scenario. Gonna be an interesting one. It kind of favours the pack because the pack are both faster and they've got sprint, so they are literally faster. And because the pack wants to get into the midfield. But that's only at the beginning. Towards the end of the game, it will favour the Disciples who want to stay in their thing. So running up quickly, grabbing and running back. actually does kind of benefit the pack in the long run. The disciples in the long run. Oops, that was going to be over there. No, knocked him. Okay, so we have got some deployment. The butcher with the precision hunting rifle, handmade rifle, the tormentor with the hunting rifle, and the scaver with the handmade rifle is here. All of the melee dudes, the two scavers with rangers hunting rifles, and the two wasters are there. And the two scavers with hunting rifles are with the butcher with the syringer over here. On the pack side, we have got one of the scavers with the Rangers handmade rifle, the one with the blade down here. We have the top dog with the flamer, backed up by one of the psychos. Boss is in the middle, again backed up by two psychos. The scaver is up on the top, being fairly awesome. And tucked away behind this building, we have the other alpha with the sledgehammer dude and the scaver over here, ready to hopefully grab a bunch of objectives. So now the only question is, who's going first? Red is the disciples, white is the pack. So the disciples are going first. Starting very much as they mean to go on, the butcher with the precision handmade rifle is being backed up by the scaver who just has a regular handmade rifle. Going to aim for a second action and is going to shoot the top dog with the flamer. I don't know why I hesitated during the thing. They are definitely called top dogs. I think it's because I think he should be the top dog. He's not. He's the alpha. He's a top dog. Still, with an aim and an assist, that is 6 dice, perception of 5, so need 5s to hit. Oh no, that is 3 hits with 2 more on the thing. Okay, he is endurance 5, so that is 1 harm and 1 wound. That is brutal for the first shot. And also, it is suppress 3. And the pack are not the smartest cookies in the world. He's intelligence 4. If any of these roll above a 4, he's also suppressed and takes a point of fatigue. Oh my god, he's fine. Who cares? Who very much cares? It is time for the pack to start moving. And yeah, it turns out having sprint is really, really good. So, he's run up with the just a waster over there. And I've also moved the scaver up, so they are both controlling these objectives. And now he is going to flame into here. If he hits here, he can get all 3 of these, which is truly terrifying. Gets 4 dice. It's against his strength of 5, so that's 2 plus 1 extra from the luck. That is 3 hits, and because it's a okay, let's do this properly. First up, the scaver is endurance 4. Oh god, so's the butcher. He's endurance 5. He should be fine. They've got to make agility rolls because it's ignite, and it's agility of 3. Each roll above is an additional damage. So I'm going to start with the scaver with the handmade rifle. They're not very agile. Agility 4 takes 2 more damage. That is enough to just instantly kill him. The butcher is agility 5. fails 1, means that is up to 4 damage. He is endurance 4, so that is a point of harm and a wound. Basically just reciprocating what he was already given. And lastly, the Tormentor is agility 6 and endurance 5, so he needs to fail 2 of these to not just take a harm. He does. There's 1 harm. And that is a wound. Oh no! Turns out flamers are quite good. Ouch. In response, the Tormentor is going to aim and take a shot at that top dog all the way up there. 5 dice, but luck 3 makes, and a perception 5. This could be quite brutal, especially if they roll like that. Oh my god! So that is okay. That is a total of 6 successes. However, his endurance only goes down to 4. Basically, if it was anything other than a pack boss, that would have just wiped out a champion in a single shot. She's really good. She is genuinely an incredibly good sniper. But he's fine. The lack of suppression on this side may actually end up hurting them. I hadn't really thought of that, but it's kind of true. Also being spurred on by being shot, this top dog has run down here. I've used a rush move with the sledgehammer guy. You can see him through the windows there. And the scaver, he's not a scaver, he's actually a psycho just with a rifle. He's moved up there. He's only used 1 point of fatigue. And he has run up and is now going to chuck a predator grenade into the middle of this lot. It doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it does have maim if it hits. So, 4 dice, needing... oh god, it's off agility. Oh no, needing 5 to hit. Top dogs are actually fairly agile. Their big thing is... yeah, everyone's very short range. So... that is 1 hit and no crit. So that is 1 harm to all of them and nothing else. And now it is their turn to respond. The melee lads have all moved in, and I have decided, I think I mentioned this before. I don't know whether I have actually have mentioned it on camera or not, but the doors I am treating as their cover, but you can go through them because they're doors, and that's how this works. So they've gone through the lovely repent door into there. You've got 1 scaver and 1 waster on each of the psycho and the top dog. I left the markers on this side just so you know who's who. Scaver, waster, psycho, just because that's the order they are in over there. Over here I've kept them next to the bases as much as possible. So the scaver has charged and is going to try and stab the sledgehammer guy. The sledgehammer guy has finally got into melee. I just don't think it's going to help him. Right. 3 dice normally because... oh, and he charged. 3 dice normally because he's got bayonet. 1 for outnumbering, for an additional dude, and 1 for charging. It's 5 dice. It's strength 4. So... that is not a single hit. Oh no. That's not great. And now the only people left are syringe people over there. And this not called fighting melee. It's just not going to do much good. So there's that. In response, the Alpha has declared a get moving action, but bringing in the 2 psychos. I mean, the psycho with a baseball bat in to attack this waster here. This psycho has moved up basically to support the middle. And because I very rarely get to do it, the Alpha is going to hit someone. A Deathclaw Gauntlet gets 5 dice normally, plus 2 because it's got wind up. Unfortunately, there's this absolute clusterfuck of a melee. Everyone is engaged with at least one other person, so no one gets the outnumbering bonus anymore. But still, 5 dice hitting on 5s. That is 1, 2, 3, plus 1 for the luck. It doesn't matter for reasons I'm about to go into, but okay, yeah. So 3 hits. The Scaver is endurance 4, but a lot like the hunting rifles, the Deathclaw Gauntlet has Pierce. So he just evaporates into a fine mist. It's taken me a long, long time to get the Alpha to hit someone with that Deathclaw Gauntlet, and I'm so glad he didn't completely whiff it. But it is now. Yeah, it's the it's the Disciples' go. Honestly, the Waster is in melee combat and is about to die, so he's going to attempt to take out the baseball bat psycho first. 4 dice. He's going to need 4 hits, needing 4s to hit. It's not likely, but it might happen, especially if he literally gets lucky. That is... No, that's nothing. That's 2 hits. That is a point of harm, but nothing special. So, oh, very, very, very dear. So, in a rare move from the pack, this Psycho is going to use a 10mm pistol to shoot the Tormentor. I'm going to get covering fire from the other Psycho and the Waster. 5 shots. He's actually not a dreadful shot with that pistol. He's agility of 5, so he's 5s to hit. But it is in Tormentor is endurance of 5, so yeah, could happen. Could happen. Not if I roll like that though. That is 2 hits. That is going to be a second point of harm onto him, which is no dreadful thing. Yeah. Oh, by the way, on the subject of harm, I did forget all 3 of these guys do have a point of harm, so I've added that one. Cool. I don't know who's going next for the Disciples. I'm putting off using these 3 as much as possible. The Waster is going to try and attack the sledgehammer-armed Psycho. 5 dice because they charged and they outnumber him, so 4s to hit. No, that's dreadful. 1 hit is 1 point of harm and absolutely nothing else. Oh no. Oh, very, very no. Also holding off, this Scaver here is going to take a shot in. That needs 4 dice, needs 3s to hit. That is 2. Not going to do enough. Oh, wrong one anyway. Yeah, that is enough to put an extra point of harm on, which is, I mean, it's no bad thing. It does kind of, yeah, I mean, the Disciples are going to have to do something with the syringe and the 2 dudes with hunting rifles. Anything would be good. Right, they have moved up and they are going to try, they can cover behind the barricade and they're going to try and take a shot at the top dog with the flamer. He's injured. I'm using the syringe, obviously. 5 dice. I'm looking for the poison. I'm looking for the poison. Okay. Butchers are, would you believe, perception 5. They are very good at this. There's no criticals. Oh no. It's going to put them up to harm 2. But yeah, really, really needed the critical there. Because he's going to use that flavor again, and it's going to be brutal. Only person left who can... Oh, no, 2 people can do anything at this point. I'm going to do the Psycho with the baseball bat first, who, because of the charge, gets wind up. Okay, so that is 3 dice normally. Yep. 3 dice plus 2 for the charge plus 1 for outnumbering. That is 6 dice. Psychos are strength 4. That is, oh, that's only 2. Okay, so it's going to flip into harm 2. He is going to stay alive. And last up, I have the Scaver, the only person with a decent ranged attack on the pack side. She has been hiding up in that building this entire time. She is going to go and do something resembling sniping. She has moved up a little bit. She's doing 14 inches because, let's be entirely honest here, a pack sniper weapon is still has a 14-inch range. Going to shoot this the Tormentor. 5 dice hitting on 4s. I'm really just looking for the harm right now, but if I can get over 5 successes, that would also injure as well as get the harm up to 3. That would be great. It isn't going to happen even with the crit. Yeah, 3 hits. Still, the important part is harm 3 on the Tormentor is huge. It's really, really big. Yeah, the the disciples are decidedly on the back foot. They're being tied up in melee combat. This is all quite nasty. The the alpha is hidden at the back there, which is really, really useful for him. And yeah, the flamer guy is still alive. The disciples are going first on the start of turn 2, which is going to be... I am going to start with the syringe-armed butcher trying to take out the top dog again. Now on 7 dice because she can aim. She needs 5s to hit. That's considerably scary. Okay, that is... She has to take 2 dice out of this. So that's 8. That is enough to cause a wound and a harm. Although I'm now very, very interested, just for my own thing, how much extra damage does the poison do? An extra 2. Okay, so yeah, he immediately takes 1 harm and 3 wounds. He's so dead, it's not even funny. And yeah. Yep. Splotch. Oh, that's really, really unpleasant. Actually, what it also is is a confusion test for these two. The waster, aka the one they definitely don't want to run away because he's the one who's grabbing that objective, has an intelligence of 3. Oh, I mean, I cannot remember. I think you only need to pass 1. I'm going to get back to you on that in a second. Pardon. Just needs 1 success. So has succeeded. The Psycho, also intelligence 3. Legs it. The Psycho is less important if we're being entirely honest with ourselves. So, yes. The pack, however, I'm going to say now, the pack is going to hand in their, I forgot what it's called, their ploy token, to immediately use pack hunters, which means every single model in the team can immediately use a get moving order. They don't have to, obviously, but anyone can. And I'm going to use this tactically to immediately extract with 3 out of the 3 out of the 5 tokens. So that's going to be fun. Let's go and do that. Okay. The boss has moved up here. It's called Pack Hunters, by the way. And a champion has to use it. So the alpha has moved up into melee combat there. Over here, The two psychos with objectives have run off, and the waster has used a full rush to get as far back as possible. Even if they kill them, they've got to go and get them and bring them back. Because if they kill them, they drop the objectives, but it's the number of objectives in the deployment zone that matter. So, yeah. And over here, the alpha is going to show this scaver how a Deathclaw gauntlet is used. 7 dice hitting on 5s. That is actually really bad. That's not a single crit. That is 1 point of harm onto the... See, that's what I was worried it was going to look like. All 3 lucks down. Honestly, if even 1 luck had succeeded, he would have killed him. But didn't. So we're still at a point of harm, and now he's trapped in melee. So that's fun. Doesn't need to be though. Ooh, let's think this one through. Let's be tactical. Yeah, that scaver has disengaged and is going to use the hunting rifle to shoot him in the face. Only 3 dice, but that is 2 of them are lucky, and with Pierce, it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, that is 2 hits. Now, if both of these get below the perception of 4, because of Pierce, that is enough to cause a wound. No, that is still 1 harm onto the alpha, but still, it's not great. It's not great at all. So it serves the pack to stay in melee, so they're not going to kill their dudes too quickly. So the scaver has run down. 10-inch move is great. And she is going to shoot into the tormentor. Right, she's on, yeah, like 7 dice now. No, 8 dice, sorry. 3 from the normal one. That's within 7 inches, so she gets 2 from Storm and 3 from the injury. So yeah, that is 8 dice. She is like perception 4 though. That's actually not bad. That is not bad. That's 1 luck. Okay. If she can get a 4 or less, so she's done 1 wound normally. However, if she does 1 more thing, she'll do a point of harm and a wound. At which point that'll be 3 wounds, and the tormentor dies. No, that is, however, still an additional wound. And also, it's a suppression weapon. So, might not be able to knock out her Tormentor's ability to aim, which is bad. Fails both of them. Yeah, that is a point of suppression right there. The precision hunting rifle drops dramatically in efficiency if it can't aim. So there is that. Ouch. Right. Hidden inside that building, the waster is going to attack the psycho. I have a plan. It's actually quite a good plan. Because it's fast. So they get 5 dice on the first attack. They're still strength 4. They're not awful. That is awful. In many games, that would be a great roll. But not in this one. It's fast, so second attack. Gets 3 hits. Okay, that is a crit. Okay, if I can get 1 more, that is going to be enough to kill him. That is enough to kill him. Now, the important reason for this is it means that the leader doesn't care. The leader's a natural leader, but these 2 might run. Starting with the psycho. Psycho runs. The top dog is fine, but that does mean just got rid of 2 psychos in 1 hit. Wasters with hand weapons, way better than you'd think. I also get rid of the dude with the sledgehammer, who still gets to do precisely flipping nothing. You know what? It's not brilliant, but actually, do you know what it is? It is 3 inches. So the disciples. Oh no! It would just be her. No, that'd be rubbish. The disciples have an ability called Thrill Kill, where they can use it. If an enemy is killed, they can spend their ploy that everyone within 3 inches in line of sight immediately regains 1 fatigue. But she's already taken her shot and the syringe is out of range, so not really worth it. I'm really hoping that one of the wasters dies, but here we are. Okay, the top dog is going to smack that waster with a sledgehammer. 6 dice, needing 5s to hit. That is 3 plus 1 of the critical. Okay, that is 4. So the waster is dead. Now, the reason that this one is important is it means that now that top dog can immediately chuck another predator grenade into these 3. Excellent. So good. So very good. The predator grenade has 4 dice. It's going off agility, which is also 5, for what it's worth. I'm really going for the main. If I can roll 4 successes and kill off these 2, that would be hilarious. But I'm going for the main. That's no successes. The predators do precisely nothing. I hope you enjoyed the sound of me sliding my dice underneath my camera. I'm not 100% sure why I did that. And I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do next. The scarab, who, trust me, is behind that door, is going to aim with his hunting rifle and is going to shoot the top dog right there. 5 dice, needing 4s to hit. Oh, okay, so that's just going to do a single point of harm. Basically, if he'd got a single crit, that pierce would have killed him instantly. But he didn't, so he didn't. And that is not very helpful, if I'm being entirely honest. As we go into the... These guys, are they even in range to do anything at the moment? Let's find out. Okay, one little bit I did forget. When the waster was killed by the top dog with a sledgehammer, I'm going to use Thin the Herd to give both of these champions +1 dice on just +1 bonus dice on anything they do for the rest of the turn. I'm going to start with the Tormentor. Both of these 2 are out of range, so I've just put them both to past because they've got 12-inch ranges on their guns. Fun fact, by the way, you have to put the tokens as close to where they were at the start of the turn as possible, so to represent them dragging them. I kind of love that even in tournament modes, they can't quite help themselves. I appreciate it. I see you, Modiphius. Excellent. Yes, the Tormentor gets 4 dice because of that. And she is going to shoot her opposite number for 5 dice. Like, she's perception 5. She's not dreadful. If you can get a decent hit on him, like, you know, do a bit of damage. The bonus harm is what I'm really looking forward to here before he gets his shot off. That is, yeah, 5s. Oh my god. Okay, so that's 2 extra dice. Oh dear, like that's without aiming. That is an extra point of harm and a wound on the guy. That is running out of dice. More people need to die. He's taken 1 point of damage as well. And also, Right, also going to turn aim and take a shot. Now, Butcher's aiming. Yeah, 4 dice as standard, +1 for thin the herd, +2 for the harm. Also perception of 5. Oh my god. Do you know what would be really, really cool? If that was a hunting rifle for Pierce. Yeah, that is 6 successes. That is enough for another wound and a 3rd point of harm. So I think the only thing, the best thing this lot can do now. I hadn't even noticed they were still there. Going to move over there. So they're in the open. A scaver with a hunting rifle. Yep. Gets 3 dice normally. 3 from the harm, 1 from the aiming for 7 dice. 2 luck. At this point, she just needs to get a hit to kill him. I mean, it had to be crit. I want to know if she can actually kill him properly, whether it's overstatement of harm. No, that is in fact a legit kill because the piercing brings his endurance down to 4. The boss is dead. I mean, the pack have definitely won this game, but mainly because there's nothing. The disciple in 2 turns can't even get across the field. So yeah, the disciples have lost this, but the pack have taken so many casualties. That one little like flip around on the pack hunters that's really sorted it out, because I think these 2 are basically holding the line at this point, and they are going to be completely washed over as these ones watch. So yeah. Do you know, I'm going to do a turn 3, but there is nothing the disciples can do to win this. The disciples lost this in turn 2. I wasn't aggressive enough with them. Although again, I think pack hunters lost this for the disciples. So, oh, hang on, wait. He died, so he might run away. No, he's fine. He's seen so many people die. He's probably very excited he gets to be the next alpha for about 20 seconds before he's just swarmed by the disciples. So, yeah, turn 3. Okay, I am going to give the disciples a bit of time just to murder these last 2, because even if they all die, there's nothing they can do to really get these. So, Tormentor is going to aim and shoot the top dog over there. Just to try and pop them. That'll do it. That top dog is very dead. So there's that. Like when she gets a decent shot off, like she is very, very scary. But yeah. Gonna run the scaver up here. Scaver is at obscenely comically close range. In fact, it's so close, I'm going to say it counts as open. I don't think it's going to matter, but still, she is going to just shoot the boss. So we've got Storm as well, so she is not dreadful. That's 2 hits. That is a single point of harm. Oh my god. Yeah, the the Syringer Tormentor is going to aim. Also going to be in open. I'm going to add in 2 additional dice. I'm going to, because these 2 are going to lend fire support into this poor person here. That's a massive pile of dice. That is a. Oh God, is it perception 5? I think it's perception 5. She has perception 5. That is 2, 3. It's already 5 successes. A single point of luck. That is 6 successes. So she is dead, but I'm also very interested in. Yeah. She failed all 3 of her endurance rolls as well. So yeah, she just explodes from the toxic venom. So yeah, like she's done very well, but yeah, I think this one is going to drag the objective basically into the corner at this point, and then everyone else is just going to run after her. I have done the remaining moves out of just off camera. The 2 remaining scavers ran up there. The scaver with the bayonet and the waster have ran in, and everyone has run into the corner. Distressingly, that is 13 inches away from that waster, so I can't even shoot at them. Even if the pack are completely wiped to a man now, they've still got the objective there. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, the precision hunting rifle person has moved up here. So, yeah, the disciples have like the pack have won the battle, but the disciples have definitely won the war. Like they killed so many people, but just that one moment where everyone got to move was incredibly good. I think just that extra mobility actually makes the pack incredibly cool. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad it's worked out that way. Hooray! I'm not going to bother doing turn 4 because nothing that can happen is going to help the disciples. So yeah, pack win. See you in the debrief. So yeah, I was not quite expecting that. The pack. I was expecting the pack to take massive casualties, but I wasn't expecting them to just like. The plan for the pack was always grab them and run, and the kind of my plan with the disciples was let the pack come in close, try and kill the runners, and then go in and get them yourself. The problem is that that's not how it worked. It was not great at all for them. I hadn't really considered using the pack hunters for grabbing objectives and running. I think it's very specific to this scenario, and it worked incredibly well. But I don't think I could replicate it in the future. Depend. I haven't actually read the other scenarios in the comp book. I don't want to like come up with plans beforehand, if that makes sense. So yeah, no, just like it. I just it all came down to exactly one play, and fair play to them. They did what they came here to do. Again, they got absolutely annihilated. Like, I'm pretty sure even if they get wiped, they still would have won just because they had more points in their deployment zone. So, yeah, I guess a few like rats would run up, grab them, run off, or something. I don't know. But yeah. That is the last of the battles of the Nuka World factions. And coming in next week, I am so excited. I'm so excited. Um, I, so I'm not denigrating the Nuka World factions. They're cool. They're interesting, especially with the errata and FAQs. They are actually very interesting factions. But starting next week, we are doing the factions from the new rulebook, the main rulebook, and the Wasteland Raiders with all their power armor are coming in to show the Nuka World factions how it be done. I'm so excited. I mean, let's be real here. Power armor is cool, and Raiders in power armor is cool. So it is time to get some Wasteland Raiders in power armor. And if you want to see that, absolutely, let me know down. No, what we're doing. Subscribe. Also tell me how much you think power armor is cool down below, or if you don't think power armor is cool. I'm actually kind of interested. Why not? Like, is it an anti-brotherhood thing or something? Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure we're going to get some anti-brotherhood sentiment in a few missions time when they turn up. But yeah, still, just in general, I'm very psyched. This was a great time. And I hope you had a great time too. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great night. Bye.